Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, said the event was an opportunity to reflect on the gains of the reforms introduced by his administration. The president also highlighted Nigeria's growing visibility and strength within the global economic community. President Tinubu further emphasized the importance of public understanding and participation in the ongoing reforms. He urged all renewed hope ambassadors to engage citizens across Nigeria, spreading awareness of the administration's achievements since 2023. The president highlighted landmark tax reforms aimed at protecting the vulnerable, promoting enterprise, and ensuring transparency in public finance. He noted that no reform can succeed without public participation and identified the renewed hope ambassadors as a critical communication channel. The Plateau State government says it received with deep shock and profound sadness reports of violent attacks on youths at Dorowa Babuje and Nding in Barkin-Ladi local government area, which occurred on the 19th, 22nd, and 23rd February, resulting in the tragic loss of innocent lives. The government, through the Secretary to the Government of the State, Samuel Jatau, says it also received verified reports of a security incident that occurred in the early hours of Tuesday around the terminus Gadambako area, resulting to unease and heightened tension within the community and its environs. Government strongly condemns these barbaric and senseless acts. These unfortunate incidents are coming at a time when sustained investment in dialogue, reconciliation, and community engagement have significantly improved the relative peace currently being enjoyed across the state. The release quotes Governor Caleb Mutfwang as condemning these attacks in their entirety and expressed heartfelt condolences to the families who lost their loved ones. He also prayed for the speedy recovery of those injured. The governor has directed security agencies to immediately intensify operations in the affected areas, strengthen security presence in surrounding communities, and ensure that those responsible for these cowardly acts are apprehended and brought to justice. Community and youth leaders and residents are urged to remain calm, vigilant, and law-abiding while cooperating fully with security agencies by providing credible information and may assist ongoing investigations. And no one should take laws into their hands but allow security agencies to do their jobs. The Plateau State government reassures all citizens of its unwavering commitment to safeguarding lives and property throughout the state. Additional proactive measures are being reinforced to prevent further security breaches and to sustain peace, stability, and harmony across Plateau State. Chairman of Jos North Local Government Council, John Christopher, has strongly condemned the recent murder of some youth of the area, calling for unity and calm following the tragic incident. The chairman condemned the incident at a meeting aimed to address the unrest caused by the killings and to ensure that the situation does not escalate further. Our correspondent was at the Jos North Local Government Area Secretariat venue of the event.
The meeting brought together security agencies, religious leaders, community representatives, and youth leaders. Chairman Jos North Local Government Council, John Christopher, emphasized the need for collective action and cooperation among all groups in the community to maintain peace.
We want to thank the parents of the deceased for their understanding. We want to call on each and everyone within Jos North Local Government that despite the provocative acts of killing innocent people, that please, we should not allow this to cause crisis in our local government. We have worked hard to ensure that Jos North has remained peaceful, Jos North has remained calm. For a very long time, we've not had any crisis within the local government. We have made frantic effort to unite ourselves without difference of any religion or ethnicity.
On behalf of the security agencies, Plateau State Commissioner of Police, Basi Ewa, represented by Area Commander Jos North, Victor Elias, assured the public that investigations are underway to arrest the perpetrators.
He has asked me to come and ask you people to be very, very calm and let the government and the security agencies handle this matter. We have heard all your presentations, and we are going to take it back. On our own side, what affects us as security, we are going to take it back and work on it.
Member representing Jos Northwest in the Plateau State House of Assembly, Mark Sunday, urged residents to trust the process and refrain from any retaliatory violence, stressing that only through dialogue and unity can Jos North overcome these difficult times. On behalf of the community leaders, Garba Abdul called for tolerance and understanding. The hope is that despite the tragedy, the spirit of unity will prevail, leading to healing and justice for the victims and their families. Fidelis Zhang.
President of the Evangelical Church Winning All ECWA, Reverend Job Ayuba Bagat, has strongly condemned the recent coordinated attacks on peaceful residents in the Ratatis community of Dorowa Babuje district in Barkin Ladi local government area of Plateau State, where 10 people were killed, and Nazarivo Miango in Basa local government area, and other coordinated attacks in some parts of the country, describing the incidents as a brutal assault on Christianity and humanity in general. In a statement from ECWA headquarters in Jos, Reverend Bagat expressed profound sorrow over the tragic loss of lives and the burning of property during the attacks which occurred over the weekend. Reports from the affected communities indicate that gunmen stormed Ratatis village on Sunday night, killing several farmers and residents and injuring others, while separate violence was reported in Miango area of Basa. Reverend Bagat called on the federal government and Plateau State government to heighten and sustain efforts to safeguard lives and property, urging security agencies to thoroughly investigate the incidents and ensure that the perpetrators of the violence are swiftly brought to justice to serve as a deterrent. The ECWA leader also advised community members to remain vigilant and observant of security threats in their environments, while rejecting ideologies that seek to divide communities along ethnic or religious lines. He further called on non-governmental organizations, religious bodies, and well-to-do individuals to provide emergency assistance to the displaced persons and families who lost their sources of livelihood in the attacks. He prayed for the speedy recovery of those injured and comfort for the bereaved families. The Plateau State Police Command is taking steps to ensure the ban on commercial motorcycles within the state is enforced. The State Commissioner of Police, Basi Ewa, made this known in an interview with our correspondent. The report.
The law banning commercial motorcycles was first enacted in 2012 in order to curb security challenges bedeviling the state at that time. In June 2025, the Plateau State government reaffirmed the ban, although it has over the years faced enforcement challenges, with some commercial motorcycle riders going about their businesses regardless. Plateau State Commissioner of Police, Basi Ewa, stated that due to violation by some commercial motorcyclists, the police is taking steps to ensure the ban is duly followed.
We don't set out to enforce the law as passed by the good people of Plateau State House of Assembly, ascended into law by the governor, and our business is to enforce all laws made in the interest of the people of Plateau. We're doing all that.
The command's Deputy Commissioner of Police, Operation, Jefta Nengi, outlined some steps being taken to apprehend and prosecute violators of the ban.
We decided to intensify the enforcement, and just within a period of 1 week, we've been able to impound about 70 motorcycles. And the state government graciously also, on the request of the Commissioner of Police, set up mobile courts. And the mobile court has been handling that. That is summarily trying defaulters.
Some residents of the state's capital, Amos Haruna and Mary Bitrus, stated that the ban has since been of necessity to curtail some security challenges in the state.
Before they banned the movement, they saw a problem coming within the state. That's the reason why they say that the motorcycle be banned to curtail some problem.
I must say, the ban of the motorcycle has reduced, one, apart from the security, the number of accidents. It has reduced accidents a lot. And the second thing is the security. It has helped in the security aspect also.
The ban on commercial motorcycles is a step towards safeguarding residents and maintaining law and order in the state. In Jos, Nisi Alan.
The livestock industry is a huge investment, and if well enhanced, can improve the economy of Nigeria and Plateau State in particular. Unfortunately, over the years, the industry has been neglected until the advent of the President Bola Tinubu administration, who created the Livestock Development Ministry to explore the full potentials of the sector. In this report, our correspondent examines the reasons behind the establishment of the ministry as it concerns production, commercialization, and resilience of some selected value chains. The report.
The Federal Ministry of Livestock Development is one of the newest ministries in Nigeria created by President Bola Tinubu. The decision came against the backdrop of persistent herder-farmer clashes in Nigeria and the need to modernize the livestock sector. In Plateau State, the ministry is known as Livestock Development, Veterinary Services and Fisheries. Pioneer Commissioner in charge of the ministry, Sunday Akpa, said the potentials identified in livestock value chain as a whole can be explored and exploited to the fullest.
The productivity in our livestock has been very low. The amount of milk produced per animal by one cow is so very low compared to other regions of the world, even tropical areas that have the same weather conditions. They are also developing countries. They are already, far ahead of us. But if we have these capacities, why can we not? So these are some of the primary reasons that now let us look at this wealth that is existing, that we are looking at but not exploiting.
The commissioner added that it is the right time to look deep down on the challenges confronting the livestock sector and measures put in place to remedy the situation.
If we can change the mentality so that somebody can now know that just as you can become a successful poultry farmer, you can become a successful goat farmer, you can become a successful beef producer. You now breed and rear cattle to sell, to provide meat in the industry.
Project Coordinator, Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, LPRES, Plateau State, Weka Paul, said the livestock sector has the potential to feed the nation, create employment and serves as a revenue earner.
LPRES is intervening in three key components. One is institutional strengthening. Two is value chain enhancement. Three is crisis mitigation. Although the fourth component has to do with coordination. That we are into the three main components.
The project coordinator stated that the initiative is a blessing to Plateau State and praised Governor Caleb Mutfwang for doing the needful to maintain the project alive.
The creation of LPRES in particular is to improve on livestock productivity, commercialization, and resilience of some selected livestock value chains. I say selected because we might not be able to go into all the livestock, because if you do that, you may not be able to see the impact.
He urged farmers and citizens to support government by maintaining and sustaining the project. In Jos, I am Katlong Gukwat.
Stakeholders and opinion leaders in Plateau South have been advised to key into the formulation of 2026 through 2030 medium-term national development plan and renewed hope ward-based development program of the federal government, State Commissioner of Budget and Economic Planning Bulus Lekshak made the remark during a one-day sensitization training held at Marriott Hotel in Shandam. Our Shandam Zonal correspondent Alex Mangar has the details as presented in our studio.
The sensitization training for the stakeholders and opinion leaders began with the registration and accreditation of participants drawn from Lantan North, Mikan, Wase, Lantan South, Kwampan and Shandam local government areas. The participants include all local government chairmen from the zone, all elected councillors from the 6 local government areas, all directors of budget, JNI, CAN, as well as the traditional rulers. Speaking during the occasion, State Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Bulus Lekshak, said the event is courtesy the federal government in collaboration with the State Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, stressing that the plan is geared towards achieving $1 million economy by 2030. The commissioner applauded Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang for approving the immediate commencement of the sensitization for the people of the state.
I call on our local government chairmen, councillors, paramount traditional leaders, CAN, JNI chairmen from each LGA to champion this process, engage citizens and own it and its outcomes.
Director of Planning, Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, Ayuba Dakup, tasked the participants to pass the knowledge acquired to others at their respective communities.
We are to sensitize stakeholders from the grassroots in order to get their input in planning for the next 5 years.
Responding on behalf of his colleagues, the chairman of Shandam Local Government Council, Nicholas Nche, through his deputy Paul Goboru, commended the federal and state governments for the initiative and assured government they will do their best in ensuring its success.
The first thing I have to say is to appreciate the federal government for taking such a decision to the grassroots to ensure everybody contributes his quota.
Goodwill messages came from the representatives of the traditional rulers, led by the Longomai through Ms. Kumlong, Nyanlong, JNI and Khan. All showered accolades on the federal and state governments for involving people at the rural areas as part of stakeholders' engagement.
For over a century, Rotary Club has been advancing communities worldwide through service, leadership, and humanitarian actions. Assistant Governor and State Coordinator, Plateau Rotary Day Celebration, RODAC, Owolabi Folami, made a submission during a medical outreach in commemoration of this year's event that marks 121 years of the existence of Rotary. Our correspondent witnessed the event held at the Plateau State Polytechnic in Jos campus. A report.
The annual event provides Rotary clubs the opportunity to showcase impactful initiatives through lighting of the torch of peace, fellowship activities and public awareness campaigns, all aimed at promoting peace, unity and sustainable development. In celebrating Rotary Day at 121 years of existence, members of the humanitarian organization Plateau State organized a medical outreach at the Plateau State Polytechnic Jos campus. Assistant Governor and State Coordinator, Plateau Rotary Day Celebration, RODAC, Owolabi Folorunmi, said Rotary is all about service and leadership to humanity.
To let people have our impact in this state, on Plateau State, is to do a charity, is to do medical outreach in a community. But which community are we choosing? We say, let's use Polytechnic, Plateau State Polytechnic, opposite Oshe. Then Oshe community and Plateau students, they will collaborate with us. We do whatever that we want to do. And that's why we came to see the rector, and he gave us this place that we are using.
State Secretary RODAC Blessing Akpakuru said the medical outreach is a community service project of Rotary aimed at improving the health care of citizens.
Rotary is good. Rotary is all about humanity. If you have the heart to serve, you will love Rotary. I love Rotary with my heart.
Plateau State Rotary President of all Presidents, Chris Wanekbo, Zonal Coordinator Akinola Komalafe, Past Assistant Governor Jos Central Joseph Akande, all praise members and partners for sustaining the organization. President, Rotary Club of Jos Nikki Sambo, President, Rotary Club of Jos South Henrietta Johanna, and President, Rotary Club of Jos Sherry Hills Adie Thomas Joseph all said the future of Rotary is bright. Some of the beneficiaries, a student Asoloko Blessing, Emeka Emmanuel and Johanna Godwin, said the medical outreach is commendable.
Healthy communities build strong nations, and Rotary makes that possible. For PR3 News, I am Katlong Gukwat.
And on the foreign scene, Senegal's Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko has introduced legislation that could double the maximum penalty for same-sex relations, making them punishable by up to 10 years in prison. The proposal was sent to Parliament on Tuesday after cabinet approval last week, after a wave of arrest over alleged same-sex relationships already banned under Senegalese law. Addressing lawmakers, Sonko said the bill would punish what it describes as acts against nature with prison sentences ranging from 5 to 10 years, compared with the current 1 to 5 year terms. Debate over LGBT rights has long generated tension in Senegal, a conservative country where some groups portray pro-LGBT activism as foreign interference. Religious organizations have held demonstrations in recent years calling for harsher punishments. Earlier this month, police detained 12 men, amongst them 2 public figures and a prominent journalist, under anti-LGBT laws. Local media outlets say around 30 people have been arrested in total this month. And Sonko explained that the draft law defines any sexual conduct between 2 people of the same sex as an act against nature. The bill proposes prison terms of 3 to 7 years for anyone found to be promoting or advocating same-sex relations. It also prescribes separate punishment for those who accuse others of homosexuality without proof. Those found guilty of crimes in the bill could also face fines up to $18,000. And Sonko said the revised law will keep the offense at its current misdemeanor level. A date has yet to be set for Parliament to vote on the bill in a chamber controlled by Sonko's Pastef party. And U.S. government officials have been warned that there could be catastrophic security consequences if cities hosting World Cup matches do not receive funding that has been frozen. Almost $900 million designated for 11 host cities in the U.S. has not been received amid a partial federal government shutdown. Officials at the House Homeland Security Committee hearing said the freezing of funds and a lack of coordination between local entities and the federal government are 2 of the main reasons why security preparations are behind schedule. And Chief Operating Officer of the Miami World Cup Host Committee, Ray Martinez, said it may have to cancel events unless organizers receive $70 million by the end of March. The World Cup, which is also being hosted by Canada and Mexico, starts on 11th of June. USA's game against Paraguay in Los Angeles on 13th of June is the first of the 2026 tournament to be held in the United States. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is part of the Department of Homeland Security, launched a FIFA World Cup grant program in November. It was intended to provide $625 million to host cities to carry out the extensive security activities required to protect players, staff, attendees, venues, and critical infrastructure across the host cities, strengthening them against potential terrorist attacks. The amount was increased by $250 million in December to strengthen the ability to detect, identify, track, or mitigate unmanned aircraft systems. However, since funding has been frozen, Kansas City Deputy Chief of Police Joseph Mabin said his department does not have enough staff to cover the city's security needs. The Gillette Stadium in Foxborough Boston is scheduled to host 7 matches, but town officials have reportedly Exeter said it may pull out of hosting games unless it receives the funding. And that wraps it up on News Track, reaching you live from our Refuge studio. You can stay tuned with us on Global News that comes up by 6:30 p.m. and News Update by 10 p.m. as well as our other programs that comes up on the platform. Thanks for joining and bye for now.